Okay, this is Orlando Wilson, and what I want to talk about in this video slash podcast, because they're going out in both formats now, is the insider threat. Threats that are actually inside your business, inside your corporation, inside your organization, that's going to steal from you, cause problems for you, etc., etc. A lot of people, when they're thinking about setting up security for a company, a corporation, they're thinking about threats from the outside, people breaking into the business, people stealing from the outside, people hacking their computers, etc. But a lot of times the threat is actually already there within your organization. People, for whatever reason, that want to steal from you, scam you, steal your data, etc. Usually for their own personal interest. So this is where, if you're putting together a security plan, you've got to consider the threat from the inside, not just the outside. If all you're considering is a threat from the outside, I'd say you're missing 60% of the threat. Let me tell you a couple of stories. One story, years ago. I don't know what it's like these days, but back in the day, in the 90s, if you were walking through the city of London at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, you could have been in Lagos, Nigeria. No disrespect to Nigerians. But most of the cleaning companies, they were staffed by Nigerians, they were staffed by Africans, etc. There's people, I got no disrespect to them, hardworking people doing a job nobody else wanted to do. So respect to them. Anyway, one private investigation company was hired to get information from a large corporation, to target a large corporation, target their data. I'm not going to name the corporations. Anyway, how did they do it? They went to local university, or a couple of universities in London, hired African kids that were doing computer studies, degrees in computer studies, etc. They hired these kids and then they told them to go and get jobs with the cleaning companies. That was working, the cleaning company that had the contract for the company that they were targeting in the city of London. The kids went, they got the job easily. Why? Because cleaning companies always need people. So now these kids were working for the cleaning company. They had access to the whole of the building. They had access to the whole of the building, and whilst they were on their shifts cleaning, they were also downloading data, downloading files from the unprotected computers of the large corporation. So again, nobody's going to suspect some African cleaner of being in the building, downloading all the information, etc., from the company's computers. But it's the same with security guards. A lot of security guards are paid minimum wage. Yes, they vetted out, etc., but if somebody offered them a sum of money to get data, get information, get intelligence, etc., from the company they're working at, most of them would say yes. Why? Because they're not paid that much money, they're not motivated, etc., but they generally have access to supposedly secure areas within inside corporations, businesses, organizations, etc. Another company, another London story, a law firm, large law firm in the city of London, very large law firm in the city of London, smelt a rat with their one of their people, their administrator, living too affluently for the salary he was on. So they done a little bit of an audit. The audit discovered that the administrator that was buying everything that the company, everything the law firm needed, everything from toilet paper, reams of paper, pens, pencils, to hiring contractors, been adding a little bit on top for 12 months, 18 months he was there. A ream of paper, he would add on 10 pence. Toilet paper, 10 pence. I'm sure he's doing big deals with the contractors. But everything he was buying, he was adding on a percentage for himself. The auditors stopped counting when they reached, from what I understand, it was about £1.2 million. So he took that law firm for a lot of money. What happened to him? Nothing. They fired him. They told him keep what he's got, leave, keep his mouth shut. Thank you very much. They didn't want the police involved. Why? Because it would cause major embarrassment to that law firm. That law firm was doing major deals with major clients and dealing with millions and millions of pounds in assets, etc. So they didn't want everybody to know that they got screwed by one of their own people from the inside hard. Story out of the US, a South Florida story. I was talking to one person, senior in a bank in South Florida, one of the smaller banks. They had an issue. One of their staff disappeared, went home on a Friday night, didn't come back. In due time, when they realized he'd gone and wasn't answering emails, wasn't answering phone calls, etc., last seen heading to the airport, they discovered he took the bank for $400,000. Not big amount of money when we're talking banking, but he took them for 400 grand. Transferred the money back to his own country in Latin America, and jumped on the plane and went home. What did that bank do about that? And I offered services. Nothing. They didn't want to report it to the police. They didn't want the police reports. Why? Because they didn't want the embarrassment. They didn't want people to know that they've been scammed by one of their own. Okay, 2 of those cases there are white collar. But again, even in the blue collar sector, people are stealing internally all the time. As far as supply chain is concerned, people are stealing all the time. People are replacing real goods with counterfeit goods, real brands with counterfeit brands. So again, this is where if you're serious about the security for your organization, be it a corporation, a non-profit, whatever type of organization, you have to keep an eye on people internally. Even if you like them, even if they're nice to you, etc. A big threat to your security is going to come from the insider threat. So you have to monitor your people. It's business, it's money, it's not personal. So I hope that gives you a little bit of advice and gives you something to think about. In the meantime, we supply a full range of security consultancy services for corporations, organizations, etc. These days we can do things virtually. We don't have to be next to you. If you need us to come and check out your business, audit your business, we have people that can come and do that. We also supply services where we have people that can supply services. But these days, I'm a little bit wary recommending people for services because the standard of the security business in general is very, very low. So we'd sooner help clients sort out their own security and make their own choices. So if you got any questions, reference that. Feel free to reach out to us. In the meantime, I have an array of books online to do with various aspects of the security business that can answer a lot of your questions and help you formulate a security plan for your business, organization. And also I've got an array of articles online as well. We've also got an array of videos online that also cover a lot of topics to do with security, close protection, kidnap and ransom, investigations, etc., etc. So follow us along on social media, check out our social media, check out my books. And if you've still got any questions, please feel free to reach out to us and we can arrange a consultation. In the meantime, be good, stay safe, and stay out of trouble.